We're going to start with a somber note to start.
Yep. Oh yeah, I'm good. Let's get into the news.
Sounds good. All right. We start with somber news, and actually the music cued pretty well in Diablo. It's pretty sad. Gundam Evolution, which came out last year, right? Didn't it come out last year?
Yeah, in I don't remember September
September?
or October, but it was the fall. Yeah, September sounds right, like mid-September, but I don't exactly remember.
So it came out in September, and they have announced today, not today, I'm sorry, a few days ago on their blog, and then I think they had a video, which was like a mission brief video. I didn't watch it, but I just saw in this because I was reading this. The services for Gundam Evolution will completely go down. There's no maintenance mode. There's no like, we'll have like some kind of like, well, there's no single player, but you know what I mean, like some kind of service available for people who want it. None of that. This isn't like a HOTS case where they're just like, yeah, we'll keep the servers up, but we're not doing anything.
Yeah, we're not gonna add any new content or patch the game anymore.
They're done. In the post,
they're just killing it.
They said the game service will end on November 29th, 2023, which means the service will have only lasted 14 months if we're assuming it was September release.
Yeah.
They just described that they wanted to try and create this, you know, FPS game for Gundam fans, and it just didn't work out. There's a couple other things to note in this. They are continuing to roll out content up to close. They provided a roadmap, so they'll finish out the rest of this season. They're ending their sales of purchasable items in the game and the ability to purchase coins. However, you'll still be able to use your coins, I guess. No refunds. So that was also a note.
I mean,
yep, no refunds. They said if you purchase something, no refund.
that's unsurprising.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised either. So, additionally, they'll have another season from, it appears to be August 23rd up through October, and then they'll have a last season in the last month of service from October to November. Also, they're calling this last season Last Shooting. So, I don't know if they intended to call it that. I'm sure they changed it to kind of go through this last piece of the service. But Spoon, I think you played this more than I did. I played this, you know, a little bit. I could say that this was an enjoyable game, but I mean, I'm not particularly surprised that I'm seeing this. We looked at their Steam charts a couple times on podcasts before over the last few months.
Yeah, even like a few months after it was out. It also like it got cannibalized by because Overwatch 2 came out like a month or so after this came out, maybe
Right.
2-3 weeks. I don't remember exactly, but you know, we know some people who, you know, played Overwatch and, you know, they played this for a few weeks and then Overwatch 2 came out and they just dropped it. They just dropped it like nobody's business.
Yeah.
So,
which is it's unfortunate. I think this game had some good foundation. They had a good foundation to it. I enjoyed playing it. I mean, it was like fun. There was some frustration, of course, like any game has frustration, but I thought it was fun. But you played it more than I did, so I'm curious to hear some of your thoughts on this. I mean, I don't think you're surprised either.
No, I'm not surprised, and I wasn't, you know, I played it for a couple of months in the fall, and then pretty much didn't play it anymore after that. I may have booted it up once or twice, like in January or something like that, when the first like new unit came out after the launch, which was new Gundam.
Yeah.
I think I played a couple of games after, like at that point, but I mean, I liked the game. I thought it's cool. I like Gundam. It was similar to Overwatch, but a little different from Overwatch. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was definitely frustrating at points, as you said. Competitive game. If you have a bad game, you know, we played together like once or twice, and we just like got absolutely raffle stomped every time we played together. So it wasn't very fun.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
it really brought down the enjoyment. But I mean, that
Yeah.
happens in games anyway. That just happens. You get stopped sometimes.
So that was unfortunate. But overall, I liked the game. I thought it was pretty fun. It was an interesting choice to do this type of game with Gundam, but they gave it a go, and I think, as I said, they got cannibalized by Overwatch a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how well it did in Japan. I would assume it was more popular in Japan, but it was not on Steam in Japan. It was on something else. I think it maybe had its own service, so we never really knew like how well it was doing over there.
Interestingly enough, they didn't mention if this was just a North America close or if they are globally closing it. Makes me feel like they're globally closing it.
I think it's global because
Yeah.
most of their blogs they had like they had it in Japanese and they had it in English as
Okay.
well. So I think it's global. Um,
Well, it couldn't have been that popular then in Japan. It couldn't have been.
I mean maybe it was for a bit, but it
It might have.
gone downhill.
Yeah.
Not, I really don't have any idea. Um, so yeah, I mean, unfortunate they gave it a go, but you know, this is published by Bandai Namco, and I'm pretty sure Bandai Namco owns all the rights to like making Gundam games.
Yeah.
So, um, you know, they gave it a shot and it didn't work out.
It didn't work
It
out.
happens over. I mean, you know, as far as hero shooters go, like Overwatch is pretty much the one, though I think Overwatch 2 is not doing very well compared to Overwatch 1, but
There's
I don't follow
Overwatch
it that much.
2. Well, hero shooters, yeah, Overwatch 2 is kind of the biggest one. There were a couple others. I haven't heard about some of the other ones anymore. This was one, obviously. I feel like Overwatch kind of, I mean, like for the big names, Overwatch 2 kind of just flooded the market. So there really wasn't an option for somebody else to come in. I think there were other people that tried and it didn't work. Obviously, there's like Team Fortress, but you know, Team Fortress 2. That game's around, but it's not really fresh compared to something like this was new. So I'm just surprised at how quickly they shut it down. That's like a really fast turnaround to shut down a game. Just not even like a hey, we're slowing down content. They just straight up were like, nope, we're done. We had a good ride.
Yeah,
I'm a little surprised at how quick they were just turned around and said, let's just stop. They must have hit, so like this is the end of their roadmap that they showed. They must have had this scoped out, like, you know, last couple weeks, obviously, or months, whatever. And they said, okay, like, is it worth even trying to continue putting out content and losing money to see if this will come back? The other thing I want to just mention, you know, there are games that do have comebacks. So, like, that's kind of why I was so surprised. Like, oh, maybe they'll try and do, like, a 2.0 release to make a comeback now that Overwatch 2 has resettled in. I mean, that's what HOTS tried, right? They're like, oh, 2.0 HOTS. And it kind of had a little resurgence during that time.
yeah,
I'm a little bit surprised they didn't try to do, like, a 2.0, hey, major update. Let's just, like, try and put all of our focus into a major update. And we'll call it 2.0. We'll make a big announcement. I guess I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't try to do that, because I know games do that. They're like, oh, 2.0. Oh my god. So,
yeah. I didn't think about that. They could have, but
but they didn't.
you know, but they didn't. And maybe I don't know. I never got the impression, at least, like some people liked the game and they liked playing it, but I never got the impression that people were that enthralled with like the microtransactions in this game, the
Mm-hmm.
cosmetics, and the stuff that you could actually buy in the shop.
Yeah.
And as a free to play game, if people don't buy the microtransactions, you literally make zero money on the
Yeah,
game.
you don't
So
make anything unless you have some other mechanism like Fortnite. I imagine has like other mechanisms to make money, but like for this game, the store was how they were making money. So if they're not making money on the store in game, they're screwed.
yep.
But anyway, just like I said, I was just a little bit surprised they didn't even try to be like, hey, 2.0. They just were like, oh, we're done.
Yeah.
Book closed.
Or just like, as you said, like, maintenance mode for 6 months or something after, and then maybe if nobody's playing, they just shut it down after that.
They just say like, hey,
nope, we have like 2 seasons worth of content left, and we're gonna release those, and then we're just gonna kill it right there at the end of November.
Oh yeah, like
again, not even keep the servers open for again another like 6 months or whatever, and see if people play it in maintenance mode basically. Or I don't know, like.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit, I guess, surprised. But anyway, I don't think I ever even saw anything, maybe I missed it, where they're like, once the coins end, we're just going to give everybody everything for the time until the game shuts down.
No, I think they said they're going to make it easier to earn
that's
the in-game currency so you can buy the new unit. I mean, maybe when the last 2 units come out, they'll make them a lot cheaper or make them a lot easier to earn without actually paying for them. I don't know. Like.
Yeah. Well, anyway, a little bit. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that game is shutting down. I'm surprised that it didn't go into maintenance mode first or try to do a 2.0.
Yeah.
That surprises me. Usually, with like a big game, I'm sure they put tons of resources into this. You'd at least try and salvage it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anything else? No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
As I said, they gave it a go. I thought it was solid, but they couldn't compete with Overwatch 2, I think.
I forgot to add Overwatch 2 news into this, by the way. I'll find the article. But Overwatch League, let's see if we can find it. Overwatch League 6 million. So yeah, here we go. So can we do this really fast? Because Ghost brought this up when we were playing, your brother. I'm just going to go to a single point in here. So Blizzard notified Overwatch League that it's not in a good place. And it's really hard to read this text, so I apologize. So, the city-based esports league is facing headwinds. Publisher, as publisher put it, they are taking a toll on both its current operations and long-term future. So, let's just put it simply. We're having some troubles, folks. And the company says they're committed to Overwatch esports, but I'm going to scroll down. Are you sure? Because you're telling teams that if the teams do not vote to continue under an updated operating agreement, there's a termination fee of $6 million. So you're basically telling teams, hey, if you want to stop, we'll give you $6 million, though. Like, if you're, I don't know, like, if you're committed, do you really want to tell your teams that we'll give you money to leave? Not to leave, but I mean, like, we'll give you money if you leave. Like, if you want to stop, we'll just give you money. Which, I actually think some of those teams might take that. I do think there are teams in esports that are going to be like, we can't sustain our Overwatch League team because you're not paying us enough. Giving us $6 million to stop seems really appealing. Particularly right now, because it's not like, I guess, like a big talking point on our podcast, but esports is in a seriously troubling place. Particularly with a lot of teams. Like, we've talked about this before.
We talked about it, I don't remember, a few months ago.
It was a few months ago, yeah. Where, like, TSM was having trouble and all that.
Yeah.
Like, $6 million sounds great if you're, like, really struggling for cash. So I know, I saw this before Ghost brought it up, and then Ghost brought it up again. And this was 2 days ago. So I have a prediction. I think Overwatch League is going to close. I think the teams are going to say, we're going to take the $6 million. We gave it a shot. We're done. And Overwatch League is going to collapse. And then what's going to come from that is they're going to figure out we should just do like what Valorant does, which Valorant and like CS:GO, they do like tournament systems. They're just going to do a tournament system because that's more sustainable than trying to do a league where nobody cares about your league. It also doesn't help that when they made the switch to YouTube, They got a lot of VOD viewership, but I think live viewership, I don't know if live viewership did as well. VOD viewership I think did pretty well. But like that has an effect.
I mean, that's the nature of YouTube in
Right.
general.
Yeah.
I mean, are they still gonna have the same like frickin' stupid policies where, you know, basically no one is able to run tournaments other than Blizzard, or you're not able to like stream at the same time as over like,
I mean,
because you
those are
know,
still in place, I imagine. But I think if the league collapses, they'll shift it. They'll say like, okay, like we'll close the league, but we'll run tournaments. We'll run like big tournaments, which are these majors. Like that's what games do. Like Valorant, CS:GO, they run majors. So does
that's what
Dota.
Halo like. Hey, I mean,
Halo does
Halo.
that
I don't know
too.
how popular Halo, but Halo still has their like Halo Championship Series
And
and things
Halo
going on. So
viewership is at like 15 to 20K when they run those because I check in
that's
every
not too
once in a while.
bad.
That's not
It's
too
not too bad
bad.
for a dead game. That's not bad at all.
Right,
Like,
that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, it's hitting pretty
yeah,
big numbers at times. I think the teams are going to take the money and Blizzard's going to go back to the drawing board and they're going to create this tournament system and then teams will be interested again because I think teams will be like, okay, well, like, you know, teams will get interested. I think in a tournament major system, and I think the majors, like doing the majors, is a little bit more. I don't know. I think that system could yield better results. So I just
yeah, maybe.
major sponsors lost interest. There's still no Overwatch publisher in China. Um, the company live in its esports department. Wow, they laid off 50 employees in the esports department. I really do think that the league is going to stop. There's more people
Yeah,
that actually
I
play.
think
Yeah,
so too.
I think people play that. Look, people play Overwatch too. No doubt, people play it.
I think he was talking about. I think he was talking about Halo
Oh, Halo. Oh,
with
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
comment.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
There's more people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Halo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Halo's funny. Like they're when I check it on their streams, I do think the Halo Championship Series streams do well. The game just isn't doing well by
yeah.
comparison. Well, because like I don't know, it's hard to get into a game that has very sparse updates, right? So, and had tons of technical problems. But anyway, there's 3K people playing. Yeah, yeah. Halo is struggling from a player basis perspective, but like I think for viewership it does okay. So anyway, we didn't talk about this. I forgot
Yeah.
to add it because I remembered. I was like, oh shit. As you were talking about Gundam Watch, I remember this one. Anyway, okay. So that's that. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens with the Overwatch League.
I agree with you. I agree with you. By the way, maybe I said it already, but I agree with you. I think they'll vote to kill it
Mhm.
basically, and teams will take their $6 million out, and then I think a tournament. Yeah, a tournament system is probably better for
Yeah,
Overwatch.
they'll
We'll see.
restructure it. They'll try again. I think they'll try again. They'll just have to restructure. Okay, now we
Overwatch
can.
Championship Series.
Yeah, they should. Like 100%. They should do that. They should just do that. I think that will yield some better results. The league idea doing city-based teams. I think the city-based teams isn't the worst idea, but having people play and travel to those cities, I think they overestimated the success of the league.
I mean, yeah, and also the thing is, like, that like traditional sports are that way because traditional sports existed before the internet and esports existed,
Correct.
and now that like the internet and esports exist, everybody watches esports online. People generally, like, okay, once in a while, if you live in LA or whatever, you'll go to the league studio and like watch 1 week of LCS or something like
Yeah.
that. But I don't want to buy like season tickets to the Los Angeles Dragons or whatever the hell the team name
I don't even
is,
remember. It was like
like
LA Valiant or
for
something like
over,
that. Whatever
yeah,
it is.
Valley, that sounds right, for Overwatch League. And it's just like, it's they tried the traditional sports method, and I don't think it translates to esports
No,
very
because
well.
the esports
So
names are bigger than the Overwatch League names. Like Cloud9 is a bigger name than Cloud9's Overwatch team was to me.
yeah,
So like that's also a major issue. Is like you took the name away from the esports org, but that was actually the valuable name. So I think they'll go to a tournament
people like
system.
Cloud9 and
Yeah,
CLG and Team Liquid and TSM and
like
whatever all the other
they'll go to this other
esports teams.
system. They'll do the tournaments. They'll let the teams keep their names now, and I think it'll work better. I do think it'll work better in general. It might yield a reduced cost for the teams. They'll figure it out, but I think that this was just overall the plan wasn't as thought out as I think they imagined it was going to be. Like they're like, oh, it's going to be so cool for a team from LA to fly to Shanghai. And I'm like, is that going to be cool? Is it? That's a lot of money. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going. This was not on our doc. I added it. I told you before we started. TwitchCon Las Vegas sales went on today. From October 20th to 22nd, you'll be able to go to Las Vegas. I actually don't know where in Vegas this is. I really should have checked that. I don't actually know in Vegas where it's going to be. Where the hell is this going to be in Vegas? Did they mention it somewhere? What else to do in Las Vegas? I love how they have like that. It's like, come on. Okay, well, anyway, here are the ticket prices. So, ticket prices for the event. For 3-day, it is $229. 1 day is $150. Party is an add-on. There is no partner discount from what I saw. So, if you're a partner, you don't get any sort of special pricing for you. Though I would imagine for certain partners, they would comp them. Like especially if there's a partner that's doing like a meet and greet or a panel, wouldn't you just have their ticket be free? Like you're doing a panel, like go for free. But other partners, you don't get a discount. This is this price has gone up. I think the expectation is it would go up, but I do recall going to the first TwitchCon and remembering the price was like $100. It was not even worth talking about the price for it. So it's gone up quite a bit year to year. Now you have a 3-day ticket pass, which is $230. Party pass being an add-on is interesting. $100 too to attend their party. It's kind of interesting price for that. Apparently there's some stuff included where you get like some drinks. So like what it's all about. Here's what you get. Small bites with an opportunity to purchase additional food. So you get like a little bit of free food, I guess. You get 3 drinks, which I guess is pretty good if you're buying an alcoholic beverage. Like usually those get upcharged like crazy. And access to like some other stuff. Like I don't know. $100 seems a lot though for the party.
Oh yeah, the party, as you said. Well, I mean, you didn't say it now, but you told me before. The party used to be free. It used to be included.
I think it was included in the
ticket,
3-day.
and now it's an upcharge. You got to buy the 3-day and then the party pass.
Yeah,
So
you just buy the party pass separately, which
that's $330. That's $330 as opposed to whatever 100 or 150, whatever it used
right,
to be, right?
right. So I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I'm not surprised that the price of TwitchCon's gone up. Don't get me wrong. It's gone up a lot since it started.
It's gone up a lot.
So, I mean, I'm hoping you get, the most out of it if you go. I am considering going, just for reference. The reason why is I feel like it would be kind of fun to just go to Vegas. So, it's like a good excuse to go to Vegas. So I'm like, that's what I'm thinking about. And I'm like, okay, maybe I could make like a trip out of this. Make a trip out of it, get the 3-day pass or the 1-day, whatever. Make a trip out of it. That would be my one trip in fall that I would take. So I don't know. It's an interesting opportunity, and some other
If-
reasons I'd want to go.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. For me, if I'm gonna go to Vegas, I don't like. I'll just go to Vegas.
Yeah,
I
you'll
don't
just go
know.
to Vegas. Right.
I don't need an excuse. I don't need to go to TwitchCon when I go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Right? Just go to Vegas.
Yeah, no. It'd just be like it's a nice, like, okay, it's a good weekend to go Vegas, and then I can like go to this 1 day or 2 days. I still don't know where this is taking place though. Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird.
Convention Center.
Like,
Thank you. Okay, LA Convention Center. I figured it would be at a convention center.
Las Vegas. I assume. Yeah. Okay.
Las Vegas Convention Center, West Hall. Just 1 block from the Vegas Strip. So, yeah. You can still buy tickets. They appear to still be on sale. And I think, from my experience, it is generally better to buy early. And also it is generally better now that you know when the event is. If you're going, book your hotel now. Book it now. You can ride Elon's cars into the tunnel loops. Yeah, we can use the Elon Tunnel Express. Is that really what they did? Why the hell did they use this picture for this? We recommend using the Vegas Loop? Really? Why? You just walk. Just use your legs. Or if you can't, there's definitely a better, an easier way than the Vegas Loop. The Vegas Loop is the worst way to go. I don't know why this is even
the Vegas Loop is a meme.
I don't know. Anyway, that's TwitchCon. I don't have any other comments. The times I've gone, it's kind of nice to go. You hang out. The artist gallery is the reason why I like going. There's some cool stuff you can get there. I mean, if you're just like a regular streamer, unless you got friends going, I wouldn't go. It's just like kind of a waste.
It's not really worth it unless you like are planning to go with people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know people, or you're a big part of a certain streamer's community, and you're going for like a meet and greet or one of those things. I don't know. Like
that I would go for that. But if you're just like
if you're just a random like affiliate or viewer and don't have any big connections and don't know anybody going, it's not worth going. It'll be boring as hell. To be quite honest, like
could be a way to get networking and connections, but
yeah, that's fair.
I mean, like if you're an affiliate, it's very hard to go to that kind of event and get any. You're better off just making friends, and going from there. But anyway.
Yeah.
But for bigger streamers and things like that, this is like there are companies that go, so this is a great opportunity for you to get a sponsorship. Like if you're any sort of like reasonably sized streamer that's bigger, let's say you're like 50 viewers concurrent or better, this is actually a great place to go to meet companies to get like your first sponsorships. So that's one thing I'll say as somebody who's gone before. Like, only reason I figured out GamerGoo existed, I went to one and I was like, there's no way. I gotta get this. So, it's not GamerGoo anymore though. They changed their name to something lame. Really? It's a lame name now. I don't even remember it. It's because I remember GamerGoo. I don't remember their name. The day was really not good. It was like very generic. I hated it. But anyway, I don't have anything else for TwitchCon. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make the next one short.